with that name? Are you trolling me? Mother of God. Easy Tricks. Guys, he took it down. He turned 50 cent into a 5K holiday. So the first interesting hand is hand number 2 from this match. We see player 1 limp. If he's incorporating our limping strategy, you know what that means, guys. You can definitely have some strong hands or some decent hands. We see a pot size bet from EASYTRICKS, 14 to 50, close to pot size, getting called by player 1. I assume both players have decent cards right now, at least a pair, decent draw. Player 1 can have an ace. I mean, we have been limping a lot of aces in this series so far, so you can definitely be limping to be tricky and trappy, even with the strongest hands. And the 3 on the turn brings 4-5. EASYTRICKS leads out again for a big size, 400. Looks like he's setting up the stack such that he can stack the villain on the river if he gets called. Betting 100 here and getting called means the pot will be 330 on the river and you can jam 320. So he gets min raised, and now things get really interesting. I believe both players are clashing with very strong ranges here. I believe one of these guys to have at least a very, very good ace, like this guy may be having ace king or ace queen that he slow played, or he has a 2-pair combination, a set, or even made 4-5, made that straight. EASYTRICKS, we will see what he does. He calls the min raise. Since he's just min raising, player 1 is just min raising EASYTRICKS, he gets priced in to call with all his draws. So 8-9 can still call, the flush draws can still call, which EASYTRICKS could very well have as well. I believe this guy has a very, very strong range at this point and should actually be stronger than EASYTRICKS. And on the river, with the 10 bringing 8-9, EASYTRICKS leads for 100. That's interesting. I mean, I would expect him to actually jam and try to get the rest in, because he's leaving, effectively leaving the villain with 280 if he just gets 100, if he just gets called. I would expect him to jam, so it's really odd to see him just bet 100. The villain, though, min raises and they get it in for the rest. And now I'm curious to see. My guess is that EASYTRICKS has some sort of 2-pair combination and player 1 has a really strong hand. I expect player 1 to be super strong on like a straight or very, very good 2-pair at least, because with both 4-5 and 8-9 out there, it's a very, very scary situation with the action that has happened so far. And EASYTRICKS shows 4-5 for the straight. Player 1 shows the ace queen, so he did limp in fact with a strong hand before the flop. So that hand basically leaves player 1 short stacked, and he has to move all in for his remaining 80 chips. We will see the cards. 10-3-7 is the flop. Player 2 makes the call. And queen on the turn. The excitement, the excitement. Is he going to make a comeback? We've done comebacks from less than 80 chips, and he makes the comeback. Queen 9 hits against the ace 6 suited. In hand number 9, we're up to 1530 in the blind levels, and it's folded to EASYTRICKS. He makes a min raise, probably looking for action with a strong hand. I would expect most of the decent hands or most of his medium strength hands to just jam because player 1 is so short stacked. But EASYTRICKS wants action, I believe. A flop comes Jack Deuce 4. He bets 90 and gets jammed on by player 1. I would actually expect player 1 to jam all of his ace-x combinations pre-flop for his short stack. So I believe he's probably hit a pair, maybe a small pair, pair 4s, maybe decent jack. And he actually had an open ender against EASYTRICKS' king-queen suited. I'm not sure. I would have expected EASYTRICKS to jam the king-queen suited pre-flop and player 1 defended with the 5-3 offsuit for 30. He was short stacked and he got it in on the draw. I think that's fine because he flopped so much equity that even his 5 or his 3 could be live cards in case EASYTRICKS has overcards. He has ace queen, king queen type hands, and he did in fact have king queen, but he had his draw dominated with a flush draw, unfortunately. That leaves EASYTRICKS heads up with player 2. Player 1 taking down the $500 travel voucher. Still, that ain't too bad. And we see these two fighting for the grand prize now. EASYTRICKS got more than a 2-1 chip lead here going into the heads up. He limps the small blind. That's my kind of boy. Flop goes check, check. 2 diamonds on the board. Another 3 goes check, check. River brings another jack. And now comes the interesting thing. Player 2 leads out for pot. And I don't know, he's representing a slow played boat, a super strong hand, but he could be going for super thin value with a passively played Small pair, ace high. Maybe he has a 9 and he's been slow playing it. Maybe he has a 3 or a jack and he's been slow playing it, but pretty unlikely given the drawy texture. I actually believe he's most likely to have a 3 or something that he's going for sick value with. I don't think that size looks much like a bluff. I guess he could get away with a smaller bet here if he was bluffing. And EASYTRICKS makes the call, so we'll see his cards. At least those of player 2. And he shows the 2-3 offsuit. One of the best hands heads up, isn't it? Hand number 17. Player 2 has caught up a little. At 600 chips before the start of the hand. Min raises in the small blind. And the flop of 9-5-4 goes check-check after EASYTRICKS calls pre-flop. Turn goes check-check. I believe EASYTRICKS has some sort of showdown value because he's just checking and hoping to catch a bluff. And he checks again on the deuce river. I believe EASYTRICKS is probably on some ace high. 5x, maybe a small pair, maybe a 9. He didn't go for the value bet in the turn. He just hoped that player 2 would pick up the betting here. So I believe he has a very, very marginal hand to bluff catch with. And he actually has a super marginal hand. He has the king high, and he's right. Player 2 was trying to bluff him with the queen high, and he didn't get away with it. I personally would have preferred a bet on the flop with that 9 giving him at least a backdoor straight draw. But on the 4, I think it's very tough to represent a strong hand after the flop already goes check-check. And EASYTRICKS made a very, very good call here. I like it. I hate folding, man. EASYTRICKS, you got it. Hand number 22. Player 2 is really short stacked. EASYTRICKS limps. That's mostly going to be a marginal hand or maybe a trap trying to get player 2 to jam. Flop goes check-check, 9-9-4 with 2 hearts. And again, turn goes check-check. I guess both are just hesitant to bluff at this point with player 2 being so short stacked. Or EASYTRICKS is trying to lure player 2 into betting on a later street. And now player 2 does bet for just half the pot. Given that he previously bet the full pot with a very strong hand, now that he bets just half the pot, I think in EASYTRICKS' shoes, I would definitely be willing to also look him up here. We've seen EASYTRICKS making some hero calls with king high, so I believe this doesn't have to be a strong hand at this point. You could have king or queen high even. And player 2 actually decided not to jam his ace preflop, even though he's so short. And he did hit on the river and got paid. Hand number 26, and player 2 is down to his last 135. EASYTRICKS limping again. Both of these guys just really interested in seeing flops, you can tell. On the board of queen 6-10, player 2 gets it in. EASYTRICKS calls him off. And we will see if that's going to be the hand. Uh-oh, what a board texture. A lot of sweats going on. 6-5 against 10-4, and EASYTRICKS takes it down with a pair of 10s versus the pair of 6s. What I really liked about this match is that we didn't see many preflop all-ins up until the end. And most of the time it was on the flop, on the turn, on the river. And I really like that approach because we've been implementing that in our series and we've been doing fairly well with it. Let's face it, at the 50-cent levels or smaller Spin&Go levels, people are just mindlessly jamming left and right because they get impatient when they don't hit the big price. But here, when you actually play for a big price, you can feel that the energy is much more intense and that they're really battling for it and that it is trying to feel things out, collect more information before they make their decision. So that's really cool, and that's probably what you can take from this match. And I gotta hand it to the man EASYTRICKS. That bluff catch with the king 3, I like it. Thumbs up from the sergeant, man. You played this like a boss. That's it, boys and girls. Congrats EASYTRICKS for the 5K holiday. Player 1 and 2 each taking a $500 travel voucher. Not too bad either. We're going to keep trying to go for our own little holiday here with the 50-cent Spin&Go Spin and Holiday series, guys. Come and check it out on YouTube if you haven't. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below because I will reply, and I'll see you guys next time. Keep spinning it up.